I'm my own plug, you the socket. Lent more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. That's you was stopping. More than rap, this composite, you gossip, I rock it. See the variation? It don't matter, black or white, bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined, counting on my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide, cabs going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking proud of their penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met destiny plenty times and noticed when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Touch the sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less facets. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Chase trains, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sober. We surpassing that with each episode. Behold, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and they shows not at the museum. Fans never been stiller. Pendilla, so it's a route set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door, my lord. They want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash is sharp every week. Who, me? I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different world in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse the missed call, didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blanket the sky, and we compressed to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles, kids laughing at me every day. How conventional, all one-dimensional. I wish I was invincible, I would just fly away. Aim for the sun, hope to land in a higher place. That's my escape from reality. Life is a dream, but it seems we've been sleeping in ravines. For now, I'ma chill with the ranting. Sit up on my stoop while the kids keep chanting. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. Stoop kids afraid to leave it. 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 Stoop. A tear rolls down his cheek. He asks, how did life become bleak? We used to seek joy, now we lost in translation of the language called money. I pity our generation. I told him I agree, but you looking at the downside. It's a bigger world outside the walls you hide, and I can guide you to a new state of mind if you let me. But hearts can't receive what the soul isn't ready for. Look, life is a metaphor, it's up to you to find a meaning. You can't stand for something if you steadily leaning on pillars of self-loathing. Imagine what you're missing in addition to beautiful life that you ain't even living. Places that you never been, people that you'll never meet. Happiness if you're willing to seek beyond the stoop of your seclusion, but really just a barrier to block away the image of a place much scarier called reality. Well, he stopped me mid-sentence, took a step down like a sinner doing penance. Said he wanna take a chance, thanks for the referral. Safe to say this boy's gonna finally leave the world, so stoop kids gonna leave it. Stoop kids.
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Welcome back to the 51st episode of the Blerd Cave. I cannot believe it has been almost a year that I've been doing this, literally. Same Blerd time, same Blerd channel, every Saturday. I think maybe minus one Saturday. There might have been one Saturday, I think, that we might have missed it back in November, but that was for a good cause. So technically, we've actually been doing this for a full year, but we're not counting that. This is a alternate Earth timeline. But I want to say thank you everybody who came in, joined in today. I see we are already starting off the goddamn stream, whiling our asses off because I already see super chats coming in. I already see Jamal Simmons just came in here with a $5 super chat just to say good afternoon, Blerd. What do you think of The Rock playing as Knuckles in the Sonic movie too? We're already wilding right off the bat. All I can say is if this is the case, I don't know if this is some late breaking development. I feel like I have missed something, but if this is the case, then I'm here for it. But that said, speaking of things, those of you who've been with the Blerd Cave for a minute, y'all know that it's not unusual for me to have people running with me on the Blerd Cave, and I have someone running with me today on the Blerd Cave, and I want to make sure that let me be clear, ladies and gentlemen, this is a return. We have We have our guy back in Magnus mode. The brother, one above none, back with us again.
You sons of bitches.
I'm back.
I'm back. God damn it, I'm back. It's very good to be back amongst the crazy.
Amongst the crazy.
Amongst the crazy. Can I get a PSA for a second?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Hit him with the young PSA, my guy.
Hey, I've been watching from the shadows. You know what I'm saying? Upon high, the mountain. But nah, it's good to be back. It's good to see all of y'all. Y'all still in here. Give him my man E the love. Congrats on the big 5-0. I'm sorry I couldn't have been there for it.
Oh man, you were here in spirit. That's all that matters.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Um, and keep your motherfucking hands clean.
That's right. Wash them goddamn hands. Look, I just want to go ahead and let it be known that little update. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta put the update on hold. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, god damn it.
Wait a minute. We have got, I see a $10 super chat from Brian here. It says, thanks.
$10?
$10 make you holla. Said, thanks for the content every Saturday. Blessings to you and your people. Be safe, everyone. And I want to re-extend that sentiment and say, please, everyone who is in the chat right now, whether you're and of course, you know, because of the nature of how we do these things, whether you're watching this live and direct, or you are watching this after the fact and you're catching up with us on the back end of this, I don't care. Please, y'all, I'm not kidding about this. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Please do not make any unnecessary trips outside. I've heard some rumors there's some states that are opening back up. I think some have already opened back up. Please do not take any unnecessary risk. If you can help it, please. And I know a lot of y'all I don't even have to say this to, but I know there are people out there who think they're invincible. They think they're Superman. And I'm sorry, that is not the case. The Ubermensch does not exist, at least not in the real world. The Ubermensch does not exist. Please be safe. Take care of your families, because there are people out here for real dying of this shit. And I know I can't say the name of it because every time I do, YouTube flags my shit. But Y'all know we call that bitch Carol fucking Baskins. This shit is for real. It is killing people, and I joke right now, but at the same time I'm serious. Please be safe. TJ Ridgeway. Oh, this ninja right here trying to sneak in.
We saw you.
TJ with the $2 super chat says, Blerd Koa, Magnus returns. Stand,
goddammit.
Stand up on your goddamn feet.
But yeah, man, because your boy, the reason for the good people that are curious why I haven't been around is because I have been in the front lines fighting this crap. So I've seen the highs and lows of this stuff. Listen to what Brother E said. Don't go out there if you don't need to.
Yes.
Leave that to the rest of us. If you have to go out, glove up, mask up, rinse with hot water, all that shit. Just take care of yourselves. Send me some prayers during the week, because right after this, your boy has got to go back out there.
Oh, damn.
Suited and booted. So, how about we get going with the good shit?
That's right. We're gonna hit y'all with the good shit. By the way, my guy, Comic Book University in here. He thought he was gonna sneak in. Thought I wouldn't notice. I see you in here. God damn it. I see you, Professor Bill. Y'all go check this motherfucker out. God damn it. Y'all go to this man's channel. Y'all flood this man with subscriptions, because this man is out here doing the Lord's work. By the way, how do I sound now? I saw some people say something about the volume being low.
For you, but.
Let's see. How are we now? I try, because I know I'm naturally loud, so I try and turn myself down sometimes. I have never been accused of being quiet.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is the first time that you're low and I'm high. So it's the other way around.
Right? Oh, wait. TJ had to switch up the accounts. He's on the proper one now. Decovenum. The Covenant. Look, for those who know, I know it's Deku Venom. It's a joke from Twitch. You had to be there in order to probably get it. But anyway, the Covenant. But anyways, man, I want to say thank you everybody that's in here. I see all my usual suspects in here that are showing out. I see TJ, I see Mr. Brooks, I see Brian Hare, I see Panther Noir, Darth AV Rebirth. We got Alternative Factuals with Billy coming through with the $1.99 super chat that says, that's what I like to see. You're hydrating. Yet again, you had to be there on the Twitch side of things to see that shit. But by the way, real quick announcement before we go into everything with San Diego Comic-Con, all that stuff. Two quick things. If you are in here right now, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button so that way we can push this shit up to the stratosphere, make YouTube recognize Blerd Koa as a nation, a sovereign nation in good standing, just the way God intended. Not only that, if you are going to be free later tonight, I am going to be streaming over on twitch.tv. I got invited to the watch party beta. We're going to be watching Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time over on twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. So come holla at your boy. Come holla at your boy. Dude, like I said, hey, look, you better sneak your ass in there, goddammit.
I'm going to take an early lunch break. Hold on now.
That's right. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, too, Street Fighter, I can't show it here, but Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, is probably one of the greatest video game adaptations of all time.
I got a important question. Is that the one with the naked Chun-Li?
The naked Chun-Li will not be present because of the fact that the way they set it up, it might, I don't know. The way they set it up is that Twitch gives a warning for any like mature content that's going to be played during a watch party. So even if you're going to play something, like if you're going to watch something that has nudity or sex in it, Twitch will let you know before it even starts. Be like, hey, this is what's up. If you stick around for this shit, that's on you. If you see a titty, you can't get mad.
Show me the titties, goddammit. Show me.
All right, thank you. I see that the sound is better. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Oh, wait, a little lower. Wait. I'm confused. Here, I'm gonna bring just a hair. Okay, so wait. Oh man, dude, they are coming in. Dude, they are pouring in. Tech Spec Studios comes in with the $5 super chat, saying Batman exosuit versus Doctor Doom. Who wins? Man, I gotta give it to Doom. Because, man, look, I know everybody wants to put Batman over. Batman gets that Roman Reigns booking 24/7, but no, Doctor Doom's out here. Goddammit! If this look, and because I want to make sure that we have stated prep time is not on the table, and I'm sorry if prep time is not on the table, Batman is going to get faded more often than not. So,
you're not wrong.
Not wrong. Said Doom is no bitch. Okay, so real quick, let's. So now that we've kind of gotten here, let's get into what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk now. Some of this stuff is going to be but it's still a big deal because of the history behind the San Diego Comic Convention. But for those who are wondering what the fuck it is we're talking about, it's that so first off, San Diego Comic-Con and WonderCon 2020 have officially been canceled. It's done. It's a wrap, B. It's over. It's done. Not that we didn't know it wasn't coming. And the reason why it kind of seemed like maybe it could still happen is because there are some states that are planning to be reopened by May.
Yeah, I tell you what, California ain't gonna do it.
Well, and not only that, Texas is talking about reopening next week. I think Florida has already reopened against better judgment.
Well, Florida never really closed.
Well, yeah, no, they never did. Well, that is true too. They actually did never really. They never had they had a soft quarantine, not an actual soft. like SAWFT soft.
Yes, exactly.
But that said, hey, what? Oh, I see we got some new people jumping. VJ, I see Sabrina just jumped in. Samuel, man, thank y'all for jumping in here. And Samuel, you'd be mad. You'd be surprised about who would get mad about titties. You'd be amazed. You would be amazed. We've seen it happen. Dude, they are oddly triggering things. But no, basically what's going on here is that San Diego Comic-Con, which has a history of 50 years, as many years as there have been just about Blerd Cave episodes, they are having to shutter this year. Now, originally, because typically it would not have come around till about July. This year would have, I think, would have been July, about mid-July.
This year it was on the.
What day was this set for? It was like July the 8th. Was it 18th?
Yeah,
20th or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But whatever the case is, they actually have released a presser, a statement. That they are officially confirmed, no SDCC 2020, basically going on to say that, says, for the first time in its 50-year history, San Diego Comic-Con, San Diego Comic Convention, SDCC for short, the organizers behind the annual pop culture celebration announced today with deep regret that there will be no Comic-Con in 2020. The event will instead return to the San Diego Convention Center from July 22nd to the 25th in 2021. Recognizing that countless attendees save and plan for its conventions each year, and how many exhibitors and stakeholders rely upon its events for a major portion of their livelihood, they had hoped to delay this decision in anticipation that bitch Carol fucking Baskin's concerns might lessen by summer. I'm very good at sneaking that in when I see that word.
Yeah, you are.
Continuous. Matter of fact, I feel like I need a level up for that one. Hold up.
You do.
Anyway, they continuous monitoring of health advisories and recent statements by the governor of California have made it clear that it would not be safe to move forward with plans for this year. Similarly, WonderCon Anaheim, which was to have been held on April the 10th through 12th of 2020, will return to the Anaheim Convention Center from March 26th to 28th in 2021. In addition to their conventions, Comic-Con has been planning a major renovation of Balboa Park's federal building to be completed for the grand opening of the Comic-Con Museum in the summer of 2021. However, the bitch Carol fucking Baskin situation has had an effect on those efforts as well. As such, they will be rephrasing the museum's initially planned major renovations, but will not scale back the experience to be offered to visitors upon the museum's grand opening. They anticipate releasing building plans illustrating the museum's transformation and sharing more information about those efforts in the coming months. There is still more.
I got you, pimp.
You got it? Handle it. Take my lightweight, sir.
It's a reading. SDCC also announced that the individuals who purchase badges for Comic-Con 2020 will have the option to request a refund or transfer their badges to Comic-Con 2021. All 2020 badge holders will receive an email within the next week with instructions on how to request a refund. Exhibitors for Comic-Con 2020 will also have the option to request a refund or transfer their payments to Comic-Con 2021 and will also receive an email within the next week with instructions on how to process their request. in the next few days, on peak, Comic-Con's official hotel affiliate will be canceling all hotel reservations and refunding all deposits made through them. There is no need for anyone who booked through On Peak to take any action, including trying to cancel their reservations online or contacting the company via phone, as the process will be handled automatically. Those who booked rooms through On Peak will be notified when refunds have been completed. Back to you, sir.
Says, extraordinary times require extraordinary measures, and while we are saddened to take this action, we know it's the right decision, said David Glanzer, spokesperson for the organization. We eagerly look forward to the time when we can all meet again and share in the community we all love and enjoy. Now, this is a very, very clear... First off, it's a very long, yet very clear statement. So basically, yes, if you signed up for San Diego Comic-Con for this year, and if you went through the channels of On Peak, then you have nothing to worry about. You just chill, you sit back, your shit is going to show up. It'll probably get here faster than that bitch Carol fucking Baskin's check. But
I still haven't got.
Which I haven't gotten mine yet either, so I'm a little spicy about that. But I know plenty of people who have, so it makes me wonder. But basically, yeah, this is actually bigger than I think a lot of people are probably thinking. I mean, yes, it's a big deal, and yes, it's definitely something to take note of. It's definitely something that's going to be an issue. It sucks. It's sad. It's all those things. However, one of the things I think people are not going to be actually looking at here in terms of how this is going is that I wonder if they're going to, like, they haven't said anything about like a virtual effort, which probably makes me wonder if, I know some conventions that have shuttered for this year, they are all talking about doing virtual events in some cases. Not all of them, but a number of them have. Matter of fact, the convention that I was supposed to be going to this year, this summer, I was going to re-up with my peoples, Alternative Factuals and Fantastic Frankie up in New York. They are not having a physical convention this year. And as a matter of fact, they are doing a virtual one.
Are you doing a virtual one?
They're going to do a virtual one. Yep. I've been talking with the organizer of said event, and he has been prepping me for when they will be doing. I don't know. It's going to change a little bit of what I was going to do there, but a little bit. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But that said, a part of me thinks that a lot of the stuff that we probably would have seen, a lot of things that, because a lot of people are like, oh, what about, the things people think about when San Diego Comic-Con comes around, it's like the panels, the new information that comes out, all the new trailers. Right. We are going to probably still see a lot of that stuff, and it'll just be released online just like it usually always is. Maybe in the case of certain other things, like maybe they might hold, like, sometimes they would have stuff that they only show there, and they show it to you later, way down the stretch. But I think this will be probably one of those situations where it's like, no, we're just gonna put it all out there for everybody. It'll turn into E3. It'll be like E3.
What this takes us back to? You know what this takes us back to?
What's that?
Before everybody had a trailer for something. This takes us back 10 years. Hell, 15 years. When you didn't know what the fuck was coming out. We're going back in time in the Wayback Machine.
Right. Can we play cue the Huey Lewis in the news?
Right.
We're going back in time. I had to get the saxophone out, sorry.
Exactly. No, but it just takes us back to where, you would hear that things are coming out, a la Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, I'm sorry. And you would have to guess what it was going to be about, Luckily now, we have YouTube and whatnot where people can release trailers and stuff, but you wouldn't actually see a panel because there wasn't a panel. Or if there was a panel, they didn't have people leaking videos about the panel or the Hall H. This takes us back, which is fine because it gives that air of mystery and surprise.
Yes,
which I think is good.
Okay, look,
you know what I mean,
brother one, you and I have talked many times, not on mics that are streaming to the general public and the world at large.
Not when they're hot.
Now, when the mics were cold, they were, some would say, Sub-Zero.
Oh.
Wings. Fatality.
Started on that wind.
But I mean, we've talked when these mics are as you would say cold, but I think we both shared that sentiment before that sometimes we don't want to know shit. Exactly. and I know it sounds impossible and weird coming from me, a person who, for all intents and purposes, makes a living off knowing shit. Knowing when things are happening, knowing when things are going down. Y'all have no idea how much I enjoy walking into a movie theater not having a fucking clue what is going to happen. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Like that New Mutants, if they could drop no trailers whatsoever.
I don't even have to see the trailer. I would go see it anyway.
Exactly. You know what? Because when I go to the movies, when I used to go to the movies, right?
Yeah.
Way before Carol fucking Baskins. I like going into a movie with no expectation, right? And walking out having seen a great movie. Because it didn't have to measure up to something else. That's the problem with DC movies, right? Is that Marvel does such a good damn job on their movies that DC's held to the same standard. And when it fails or is not as good, then people roast the fuck out of it.
Controversial statement.
That's why I'm here, goddammit.
I feel I feel like I am one of the L Corps in Mass Effect. I feel like I have to designate what I am about to say so that people properly understand where I'm coming from. Controversial statement. As much as I love the movie Shazam, do you know why Shazam was so successful?
Why is that, sir?
Because it properly copied the Marvel Cinematic Universe formula. Think about it. It actually borrowed very heavily from Spider-Man Homecoming. Matter of fact, to the point, it even had the same type of ending. Like, but instead of doing the, so case point, you see Spider-Man Homecoming. And in Spider-Man Homecoming, one of the at the ending point, where Aunt May sees Peter in the costume, and she's like, "What the?" And then it cuts to the music, and it's like a very fast-paced, upbeat punk rock song with some really crazy animation and frenetic visuals and imagery. What does Shazam do? At the end of the movie, Shazam turns over and he sees Superman. And he has almost the exact same reaction. And then it cuts to, what did they do? A very upbeat, fast-paced punk rock song with frenetic visuals and animation. With some stingers sprinkled throughout. Shazam used a lot of the levity that you usually find in Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. They stole Jaimon Hansu.
My man's making all kind of money. Can we just take a praise break from my man, because he's out here bread.
Well, that man's just like, look, he's like, I'm getting that Captain Marvel check and that Captain Marvel check. What you want? Jamon Hansu, only guy who I know who could get a Captain Marvel check from 2 different studios. Man, cut the check. Cut the check for my guy.
He's still making Guardians money.
He's still making that Guardians money. He's still making that Captain Marvel money. And you know what? He ain't just making that Shazam money. He making that Aquaman money. Man, get this man. Dude, somebody come get this boy. He's like, man, I got kids. He's like, I got
too soon.
He's like, I'm sorry. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all,
oh man,
my wrestling fans will get that. They'll get that reference.
Oh my god,
I've got kids. But no,
he getting that Captain Marvel ×2 check.
But the thing is, and like I said, I don't want anybody to think that I'm dismissing Shazam. I love Shazam. I think that movie is hilarious. It is funny. It is fun. It is everything a comic book movie should be. A comic book movie, and it even had some dark elements in it, but it still managed to be lighthearted in the spots where it needed to be lighthearted. Not to mention, best depiction of a foster family I've ever seen. Usually, Hollywood foster families are like terrible. Like, oh my god, there's like I was actually half expecting for them to put a twist on it and have the foster parents be horrible people. Even though I knew that wasn't the case. Reggie Simmons comes back, says, $5 super chat, just says, what's up, my brothers? Hey, we out here. We out here, Reggie. Thank you. Look. Hey, matter of fact, bam. Appreciate you for that super chat.
My man Salt said that his new T-shirt, I got fired. Can't wait to grab it.
Dude, I'm just saying, hey, he got kids, and I gotta help him. I gotta help him. I gotta show some support. That said though, kind of going back to what we were talking about as far as San Diego Comic-Con is concerned, I'm looking forward to living in a world, at least for 1 year, where I don't know what's going to happen in Spider-Man 3. I don't know what's going to happen I know a little bit of what's going to happen in Black Widow, but I don't want to know what's going to happen in Black Widow by the time it comes out. I almost wish they would have only showed that first trailer for Black Widow and nothing else. That one teaser showed me that, nothing else. I go into the movie cold and don't know shit. Here's
the thing. They should be doing this like they're doing Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
They drop one big trailer for like 4 different shows, and that's it.
That's it. It's a wrap. Maybe 30 seconds each. Maybe give you about, and not even 30 seconds. Hell, sometimes the Disney Plus trailer be 30 seconds. You really only getting like maybe 10 seconds of a show, just to kind of get an idea.
All I needed to see was our boy throw that shield into that tree. That's all I need to see. My man he was heaving that thing.
Dude, I'm just saying. My whole thing is I want to live in a world where when I go to the movie theater or sit on my couch and get ready to watch the latest and greatest Marvel, DC, whatever TV show, I want to be genuinely shocked, surprised, caught off guard. Yeah, dude, just everything. Okay, case in point, and I know this is a show that isn't on anymore, but Deadly Class. I didn't read or watch anything about Deadly Class other than the comic prior to the show's release. And when the show came out, I was so impressed by how good it was. I was like, oh my God, like this is, wow. I was like, this is legitimately good. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting to be as close to the comics. I wasn't expecting to have all this really cool dialogue that was kind of updated a little bit. Even though technically it still takes place in the 80s, they updated some of that dialogue to make it make more sense to a modern audience. I was like, dude, this is good. And then it got canceled. But yeah.
Sam threw the shield like he was aiming for that Carol biscuit.
He was like, God damn it, that bitch, she killed her husband, god damn it. She killed her husband. Allegedly. I have to add in the allegedly.
Lamar says I haven't seen the Falcon trailer. I'm avoiding it like Carol
Baskets. Yes, dude. Like, okay. Case in point. There's some shit, and I'm gonna go tell you right now. I can go ahead and tell you right now. That was the big thing about San Diego Comic-Con. I remember when they showed. What was it? Was it last year? Or no, maybe the year before, where they showed too much Aquaman. I was like, I don't need to see all this. I was like, wait a minute. You just showed me half the movie. You just showed me half the movie. Wait a minute. Calm down.
I don't need to know that he goes into the outfit at the end.
Right? I didn't need to know that. Yeah, I was gonna say, look, when did Aquaman came out? It was like late 2018.
Yeah, man.
Like it was like December 2018. If you ain't seen Aquaman by now, you weren't gonna see it. You weren't gonna watch that shit anyway.
Damn.
Look, it's been over a year, goddammit. But no. Not to mention that movie made over $1 billion. You probably saw it. But
wait, hold on. Now we have advocates for the other side now.
Okay, what's going on?
Corey Scott Johnson in the chat says you guys have to trailer for us. They know we're going to watch their content. Trailers are for people like Grandma who could be convinced by a trailer, and you are 1,000% correct.
Yeah, no, you are correct on that one. That is true. My beef is that, man, send that trailer straight to them. Don't send that shit to me, goddammit.
You don't send Grandma a DVD?
Look here. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm trying to actually find a goddamn. I don't even have actual like DVDs around me. I'm like, look, send Grandma a screener. Send Grandma a screener with all, or you know what? Send her the young link with everything. Send her the young link to all the trailers. Give her that shit. I don't need it. Goddammit. Like, okay, case in point. Those of you who follow me on Twitch, you probably saw this. I did an episode, which I need to actually do another one of those. I need to do another Blerd After Dark episode over on Twitch. But where Blerd After Dark, I usually just watch videos and trailers and shit that's submitted by the chat and respond to them. But there was a trailer we watched for a show that's going to be coming out in the UK, and I thought they showed too much. I was like,
the gang joint?
Yeah, the one about the gangs over in the UK, dude. Cause it's directed by the guy who did the Raid, the Raid 1 and 2, and I remember when we watched that trailer, we had to run that bitch back twice, cause man, it was just so action packed, and I was like, dude, you just showed me everything, but the thing is, sometimes you can do that if the trailer is good. If it's real good, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
You can get away with that. But not on everything. Like, okay, Avengers Infinity War, or not even Infinity War, but Endgame. There were so many random trailers showing off so much random shit. And because of how Marvel operates, I knew, and also because I read a lot of this stuff, the behind the scenes, the previews and things like that. I knew so much about what was going to happen in Endgame, but by the time I sat down and watched it, I was still surprised. Because as much as I knew, there was so much. As much as I knew, I didn't know shit. I still didn't know shit. And that's how you do it. But not every movie can do that. Like, I remember back in the day, go back and watch an old trailer from like the 80s, the 90s, maybe even the early 2000s. They didn't give you everything. I remember the original Spider-Man trailer. It was just Spider-Man fighting some criminals and webbing their helicopter, their getaway helicopter between the Twin Towers that are the World Trade Center towers, which, God rest their souls, are no longer here, the people who died at 9/11. Yeah, they took it completely out the movie. Maverick, you never saw that trailer again. You never saw that poster. Or they tell you can find the poster. You can technically find the trailer, too. But the scene was originally supposed to be in the movie. They took that shit out. Mm-hmm. But that was what the teaser was, and that's all it was. And a teaser used to be a teaser. A trailer was just a little bit of a taste. It was just a taste. Just taste. Yeah. First rule of drug dealing, and I'm not trying to teach anybody how to be a drug dealer, but first rule of drug dealing is get them hooked. Now that for your older audience, your general audience, they do need to see more. But for us, dyed-in-the-wool comics fans, and I'm not even gonna lie, I've even seen some dyed-in-the-wool comics fans say, no, I need to see a second trailer. But like, motherfucker, you know what's gonna happen. Don't act brand new to this shit. You've been in the game.
You know what it was when you signed up for it?
You knew what this was.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. My guy, hold on, fam. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just blessed a new member into the Blerd Club. I believe we have a young Michael Raleigh, my guy Salt and Sea, over on Twitch. Coming in with the Blerd Club Gold. Goddamn. Thank you. Gold level. Coming out here. Wildin'. Goddamn it. I'm here for it. Thank you.
We should get on the one and Blerd to watch bad movies commentary and nominate Waterworld as the
Oh God!
God.
Look, so we could talk some shit.
Wild.
Actually,
wild trash.
Dude, you know what? Honestly, I thought about if they fuck around and put that shit on Twitch on Twitch Prime. I'll watch that motherfucker. Dude, look, I'll get us all.
Amazon?
Oh no, yeah, well, yeah, Twitch, yeah, well, Amazon Prime, Twitch, same thing, whatever.
Yeah,
they're the same company now, for Christ's sakes. But no, because if you do watch parties, you can watch anything on your watch parties that's on Amazon Prime. Well, most things on Amazon Prime. They haven't put the full library up, but supposedly by the end of the year, the full library will be open. But once they get out of beta,
are you trying to tell me that you can watch The Boys?
Yeah, you actually can. You can watch The Boys right now. You can actually, no bullshit. You can watch The Boys. You can watch Hunters. You can watch, all of their popular shit. I think you can even watch The Man in the High Castle. But either way,
they trying to get us.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what's going on.
I'll talk so much shit.
Look. Wait a minute. My guy, DeCovenham. He just made a new chant. He's a Blerd Club, Ibombe. Blerd Club, Ibombe. Yeah, I love that. We need to get Look, I'm gonna write that down as another idea to add to the shirt pile. But no, dude, I will actually. I tell you what, y'all fuck around. I'll watch The Boys season 1 and 2 on Twitch. Y'all think I'm fucking around? I'll watch bad movies too. I will rip them shits apart. But yeah, I mean, really, I don't think any really more can be said about the situation surrounding San Diego Comic-Con, outside of the fact that we are going to lose a little bit of entertainment. It's actually the people who actually work at San Diego Comic-Con, like the people who are going to be there selling T-shirts, art, promoting their comics, so on and so forth, vendors.
So yeah, vendors, the people that work the tables.
Mm-hmm. Those are the people.
Like they get jobs from that event. It employs so many people.
Yep.
The fact that it's not going to happen just puts a bigger downer on everything that's going on with that bitch Carol fucking Baskin.
Yeah. I mean, it is just what it is. And it sucks. It sucks. Now, Deku said the boys on Twitch got to be a setup.
Not wrong.
Look, I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like the second I start streaming the boys, Vince McMahon is gonna come in. That motherfucker gonna be like, cut the goddamn stream! Cut his shit! Ah, that's right, we got that motherfucker. We tricked him into streaming the goddamn boys. God damn it. That was good shit. That was good shit. You see how we got him? You see how we got him, Kevin? You see how we got him, Kevin Dunn? God damn it, we got that son of a bitch. Cut his shit.
Wait,
God
Kevin Dunn still employed?
Yeah, I think he's still employed, unfortunately.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
Kevin Dunn is a yes man. He's employed for life.
Him and what's the other guy?
Oh shit.
You know what I'm talking about. Got the voice that talk like this. Was that John Laurinaitis?
Oh yeah. John Laurinaitis. God damn, yeah, he's got a job for life. Fuck him too. But now
I
that's
think we should slide on, sir.
Let's slide. I'm a slide. That OT Genesis, y'all don't know nothing about that. Oh, cuz.
Oh no,
dude.
Oh,
See, this is what happens when you miss out on the Twitch streams. Didn't know that I was crippin'. When a ninja get to trippin', I'm a ride. Oh God, these are the things you miss. Diamond, and I'm not talking about Diamond and Silk. God damn it.
or Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, it's me. It's DDP. No, not talking about him either. God bless him. We're talking about Diamond Comic Distributors Incorporated. Diamond has revealed they have plans to reopen the comics industry in May of this year. And it's interesting because they were already just recently I think earlier this week had begun furloughing employees, which for those who don't know what furloughing is, basically means that you're kind of on a permanent vacation until they decide to bring you back.
Apply for unemployment.
Yes. Now that said, they are talking about reopening distribution centers and resuming shipments as early as mid to late May. Since the shutdown, which technically began at the beginning of the month. Now, they've released the Jeppy Family Enterprises. They have released a statement, and it is an equally as long a statement as the one that San Diego Comic-Con has put out, so bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kind of skim it a little bit, but you'll get the general idea. I just want to kind of give you an idea of where their heads are at. Dargo said, Laud, not the OT Genesis. Goddamn. Anyway, okay. So here it is.
I say we go every other paragraph.
Yeah, we'll trade off. I'll take the first, you take the second.
Yes.
And we'll alternate from there. That way, because man, I'm running out of this Arnold Palmer. As y'all can see, this Arnold Palmer, it's gotten light. Man. Just saying. Let's go into it. It says, although we are not yet on the other side, we are tracking that bitch Carol fucking Baskin's developments daily and starting to see signs of the spread slowing in certain areas. Like you, we are thinking about and planning for when and how we will restart the shipping of new weekly product. We have been closely watching the news, listening to our retailer and publisher partners, and considering the many points of view as we decide, as an industry, how to proceed.
With health and safety of employees, retailers, and customers a top priority, we need to be very deliberate about how we restart and scale up. We must find that delicate balance between managing health and safety concerns, meeting the pent-up demand for product, and working with retailers whose situations differ and whose need for product may have changed.
Now, while there are many steps and conversations that need to happen between today and resuming distribution of new weekly product, we are currently targeting mid to late May with the hope that as an industry, we can all work towards that time frame. Of course, as we have all seen, target dates sometimes need to be adjusted in this ever-changing new normal, but we cannot wait for firm dates. We have started the planning process and are having these important conversations with publishers and retailers so that once we have more clarity, we are in a position to restart and scale operations over time.
Our intent is to restart the weekly FOC process once we have worked with publishers on a new schedule for product releases. Product that was originally scheduled for release on April 1st and the 8th will be distributed over a longer period, allowing publishers to work with printers to deliver new product without further interruption. Retailers will be able to adjust order quantities for those products, making sure that they are receiving quantities that make sense for the current situation in their stores.
Now, while we look forward to the resumption of weekly new product, we know that many retailers continue to take advantage of restocks of backlist product via Diamond's Retailer Services website. We encourage retailers to ensure their comic shop locator service listings are up to date with services offered, such as delivery or curbside service, and that store hours are accurate. This will help direct customers to stores that can continue to meet their needs through this time.
I don't think we need to rest.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much is this. This is a stock standard. Well, not really so much stock standard, but it is pretty much. It's about as close to a bog standard press release as you can possibly get in regards to what it is of dealing with. But basically, what they're saying is
it's got a lot of fluff.
It's a lot of fluff. Basically, what they're saying is that yes, we are going to resume. We plan to resume by mid to late May. It may happen. It may not happen. It may actually happen earlier. It most likely will happen later. This is basically what they're saying here. And for all intents and purposes, I'm not holding my breath, but I would not be surprised if, by mid to late May, we started seeing something. But we're basically, we're going to be playing catch-up because we remember April 1st. April 8th, all those things that we have missed already. We've already missed, I believe this is what, did some comics make it out on the 1st? I think some comics actually might have made it out. I know not everything, but I know there were some comics.
Hit and miss.
Yeah, it was like hit and miss here or there, but definitely this past Wednesday, and the Wednesday before, the 8th and the 15th. And I know Marvel and DC, Boom Studios, IDW, Dark Horse, Image, a lot of companies have basically said, if we're not releasing in print, we're not going to release in digital. And, some companies have digital only products. They've still been releasing. But it's silly, but That said, they are not the only ones to come out and say anything about this. DC has actually come out and said something as well regarding this whole thing. We got a story from comicbookresources.com, and this one right here, they're basically saying was DC announces April 28 print comics lineup and the May release schedule. So basically, they're saying, look, we're planning on being back in stores by the end of this month. So I don't know what's going on there, but basically DC has announced new comic books are returning to stores that are still open in some capacity beginning April 28th, and this comes after, of course, we just read the Diamond Comic distributor shut down in March due to that bitch Carol fucking Baskins effectively hobbling the industry. They said that after surveying more than 2,000 stores across the United States and Canada, it became clear that many comic book store owners are finding new and creative ways to get books to the fans who want them. So, I mean, here's my thing. I'll be brutally honest.
Talk to the people.
I've said this before, so this isn't going to be anything new. Y'all have heard this before. The comics industry was already hobbled by this quarantine.
Right.
It was already hobbled, so yeah. Releasing digital comics, I know people said that, yeah, it's going to hurt the industry. By the way, Corey Scott Johnson, just also because I just caught this, came in with the Blerd Club Silver membership. Thank you.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. Welcome.
You rock. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Super chat.
Ooh. And of course, we got that super chat with my guy, Michael Raleigh, says, sounds like the return of direct distribution. That didn't do well the first time. Hope you like mangled books, everyone. Woo! Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Salt, you were speaking a language that is both terrifying to me and probably to many collectors. Because I actually remember that. I remember when shit like that used to happen. And yeah, you would get your books any old kind of way. They wouldn't give a fuck.
Straight off the truck.
Look, your shit would be bent this way and that way at the same time.
How is that even possible?
Right? But once again, just want to say thank you to Corey Scott Johnson and Michael Raleigh for that membership and super chat respectively. Y'all are amazing, of course. Y'all know you're amazing. I hope you know you're amazing. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it like right now they're showing the solicits. You know, can I be brutally honest here? I'm not fucking with DC lately. I'm sorry. Some of y'all may have noticed I haven't covered shit DC related other than like I did a couple of videos these past 2 weeks on the Batman Punisher crossover just because there's no new comics. I was trying to just throw some shit out there to see it's hey, here's something. It's not new, but hey, here you go. Which apparently nobody gave a fuck about. But yeah, basically, I just don't fuck with DC right now. I just don't. Like, it's not even anything to say that the comics are not good. They just haven't been grabbing my attention. Like right here, you got Batman 89. That's a third printing. That's not even a new issue.
Damn.
I don't give a fuck about the Dreaming. I've said this on multiple occasions. I'm not a big Sandman guy. So there you go. Nightwing, second printing of number 70. Let's see. There's a new Daphne Byrne, which I have not been reading that at all. Batman Giant number 4. Don't care. Was it May 5th? Batman the Outsiders number 12. Probably one of the few books I might read. I'm so behind on Flash. It's ridiculous. Justice League number 44. I just cannot get into Justice League lately, man. It's paining me to be able to say that. But yeah,
It's been okay. I mean,
you
have to be following it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and that's the thing, I was, but then, like, I got behind, I was like, dude, and I started trying to catch up, and I was like, dude, this story has gotten ridiculous. Like, you know what it is? It's Scott Snydering all over the place. And that's fine. That is fine. I like Scott Snyder. But, man, Scott Snyder has trouble sticking the landing sometimes. We got some more... there are more. This one's easy. We're not even going to bother with the story of this. Basically, Marvel has not necessarily said anything about putting anything out. They are still technically pausing development on a lot of issues. Basically, like roughly somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20% of their titles have been put on pause. So they're not, that means there's no active development on them. So now they've come out and said that they've actually put another 10 to 15% on pause as well.
35%.
Right. So now basically they said that the X-Men comics, they were already far ahead. as a part of the, because Dawn of X is actually scheduled so ridiculously ahead of everything else that, like, that's why they're able to release those books so quickly. Some of y'all may not even notice because of how many they throw out that a lot of times you actually get a new book every couple of weeks. From, like, I don't mean just, like, title. I don't mean, like, you get Hellions this week and then New Mutants this week. No, I mean, like, you might get an X-Men book 1 week. Like, say you get an X-Men book this week, you might get another X-Men book 2 weeks from then. Which, going by typical, it's usually 3 to 4 weeks between books, usually a month. But Dawn of X is so far ahead that they actually haven't lost any steam. They're probably, so that means when all this resumes, Dawn of X will probably be largely unaffected. But like they're talking about like books like Deadpool, those books will definitely be affected. And then I mean, look, there's something that's going on. Marvel, DC, Image, all these other companies, they're trying to come together and come up with a plan to push this shit forward and get these comics out. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But as I was saying earlier, and I kind of lost my train of thought, when other stuff was going on, but I don't buy physical copies of comics, but every once in a while, if it's something I really, 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 really want a physical copy of, I'm a digital guy now. I don't have an infinite amount of room to put a bunch of comics in. I barely have enough room in this room for the shit I want to have in here, let alone some shit I don't have room for. So, I mean, yeah, would it have hurt the industry if they kept selling digital comics during this crisis? Probably. But, honestly, if there was a time to sell digital comics,
now's the time.
Now would have been the time. Would it have fucked over the physical shops? Yeah, probably. But no more than those physical shops are already being fucked over as it is. And someone would probably argue with me on that one. That's fine, but it's one of those situations where I think plans had been thrown out there. Plans had been put in place that could have circumvented that. And just, whether it was Diamond's doing, or Marvel, or DC, or Images, or whoever's doing it was, those plans fell apart. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was either Marvel or DC that were to blame for that. Because originally, Comic Hub had a perfect plan. And it was to get digital comics into the hands of the readers right now, and then have them designate a comic shop to give the credit to so they could pick up their physical book.
Right.
That's a win-win. Even Marvel was willing to back that shit at first. And then somewhere down the road, something happened, and Marvel was like, nah, I'm good. And the whole thing fell apart.
Like, nah, I'll pass.
Yeah, and it's stupid. It is stupid. But, whatever. Anyways, moving along. Less depressing shit. By the way, y'all, for those of you who forgot, HBO Max, that's a thing.
Yes.
Wait. Decorative said, my shop here doesn't even make money off of comics. They turned into a Twitch streaming cafe. Dude, let me tell you something. Most comic book shops do. That's the thing. What Deku's saying is not untrue. A lot of comics shops do not make money off comics. They make money off the other shit going on in the store. Like my comic shops made more money off of board games, Dungeons and Dragons books, Magic the Gathering tournaments, all that other shit. Comics are just a thing to get you in the door. That's it. But anyways, let's see. Dark Angel saying, how possible would it have been for the comic book publishers to give the comic shops retail codes for digital issues to sell? It wouldn't have been that difficult. It really would not have been.
If GameStop really would not have been. Figure it out. You know what I mean? If GameStop could figure it out, the comic industry could figure it out.
Look, GameStop could have figured that shit out. GameStop figured that shit out years ago.
Yeah.
They could have done it. They just didn't want to. But yeah, HBO Max, that's a thing. And apparently, they had a recent announcement that 3 new J.J. Abrams projects are going to be coming to HBO Max. One of which is a Justice League Dark show, which I am very, very interested in. Very interested in here.
See how they're gonna do Dead Man.
Yeah, I would love to see how they pull that shit off. I love how they got to point out Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker director J.J. Abrams. Like, you gonna make sure people remember that motherfucker directed that shit.
You could say Star Trek or something like that.
Look, they could have said Star Trek. They could have said Star Trek Beyond, or not Star Trek Beyond, because I don't think he did that one. But yeah, like, y'all could have said anything. Y'all could have said Lost. Y'all could have said Cloverfield. Y'all was like, no. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Fuck that motherfucker. Anyways, but the shows he's going to be developing is going to be a Justice League Dark TV show and the Shining spinoff series Overlook for HBO Max. It says, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Warner Media has ordered Justice League Dark, Overlook, and an original series titled Duster straight to series for the streaming service. That means no pilot necessary. Just make the shit. Abrams and his wife, Katie McGrath, will executive produce all 3 series. Notably, Abrams and McGrath are Warner Media exclusive through 2024, thanks to a deal signed in September of 2019. So, they go on to say, what was it, Kevin Riley, who's the HBO Max's chief content officer, says, what an amazing start to our association. The wildly imaginative bad robot team under JJ and Katie. What could be better than an original JJ idea and then Warner Brothers letting them loose on iconic IP from Stephen King and the DC Universe? And by IP from Stephen King, they mean the Overlook series, which is, once again, spin-off of the Shining, DC Universe. I hope you can figure that out for yourself. And to provide more must-have programming on HBO Max. Now, there's really nothing else after that. But basically, the main meat of the matter here to me is Justice League Dark. This is something that's been in development hell for forever. For fucking ever. If I remember correctly, Guillermo del Toro was originally tapped to direct a Justice League Dark movie that never happened.
That's correct.
And then there was then the Justice League Dark was kind of brought back into conversations with the DCEU, off and on. And now it's being touted as a TV show, which actually I think would be better. I think a TV show would be better than a movie for Justice League Dark because the characters are so different and so interesting and so weird that you want to be able to spend more time with them. And of course, maybe we can actually get fucking Swamp Thing back.
Yes.
On
top of that Green Lantern.
Right? Because can't forget we got the Green Lantern that's coming out on HBO Max. There's gonna be other stuff that's gonna be coming to HBO Max as well. But these are kind of the big deals right now that are going on with HBO Max. Not to mention, I think they said that if I'm not mistaken, that the service, which is still plotting to go live next month, I believe it is. And they are telling you right now that if you are in any way, shape, form, or fashion a subscriber to Charter Communications, you will be getting that shit free of charge. Pretty much in the same way that Disney gave Verizon users free year of Disney Plus, which that's actually not a bad deal. But basically, for whatever reason or another, if you are a Charter communication subscriber, then yeah, you're getting that shit anyway. No fuss, no muss. But I don't know, man. What do you think about all this? Because they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones. We got streaming services that are going to be popping up left and right now in the middle of this quarantine.
Everyone's going to take. Well, I'm not going to say take advantage. It's kind of bad, but they're going to be jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
To get these shows out. Because, everyone it's kind of like the same thing with movies. Everyone see the Marvel formula, Disney formula, right? And they see what works. And now, HBO Max, or HBO Go, whatever the hell they want to want to call it now.
HBO Now, HBO Go,
Yeah, everyone's trying to get their hands in it by Apple, and everyone's teaming up together to get content out to people that are sitting home, literally doing nothing. So
doing fuck all.
Yeah, I mean, if they do it within the same vein of kind of following Titans, exploring the characters, and it all depends on how many episodes the season's gonna be. We haven't had Zatanna on screen ever.
No, not the way she deserves. Not the way she deserves.
Right. In live action.
Yeah,
there's more elements to Justice League Dark, so we'll see. I mean, I want Swamp Thing to come still.
Yeah. I mean, here's what I'm asking. Give me Constantine. Well, I don't know if they'll do Constantine. I feel like you kind of have to do Constantine.
They have to.
Constantine's, give me Zatanna, give me fucking Swamp Thing, give me Etrigan the Demon, give me Deadman. Just give me that. I'm not asking for a lot here. But yeah. Now, let's just go ahead and just put this all out here on Front Street. There's no excuse. DC has all these assets just laying around for Swamp Thing. There's no excuse of not to turn that shit over to JJ and be like, here, put this shit in here.
We're not using it.
Yeah, they're not doing anything with it. They not doing shit. They ain't doing shit with it. But anyway, let's move on.
Oh man.
Now we gotta talk about something here. We gotta talk about them rangs.
Them rangs.
Y'all know the vibes. Them rangs.
All 10 of them.
All 10 of them bitches. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings. Back when they announced this at oddly enough, as we were talking about earlier, San Diego Comic-Con. They announced the San Diego Comic-Con last year. And they talked about how they were going to be switching up the dynamic between Shang-Chi and a particular character. Because we all know in the comics, Shang-Chi is he's basically like the son. He's the son of one of Fu Manchu's concubines. And it was the time that it was written. It was not a good look. It's kind of wild. By the way, Losersaurus coming here, sneaking in with a $2 super chat. Says, what up, Blerd Koa? Welcome back, Big Brother 1.
Oh, my ninjas.
Make my ninjas grow.
Right.
But, there were some people who were, I guess, kind of taken aback by the fact. And I don't think it was a big number of people, but enough that it got the attention of one Ed Brubaker. And basically, people were upset because Shang-Chi's origin was being shit on. He was not being made the son of Fu Manchu, a racist caricature. Which is just funny to me. I also love the fact that in China, people were pissed off that Shang-Chi was not played by a Chinese-born Chinese man, because I think it's Simu Liu who's playing him. But people forget. That lets you know how ignorant some people are, that they spoke so out of turn, because people don't even realize that in the comics, Shang-Chi's mother is white.
There you go.
Now, granted, is he born in China? I believe he is. But the thing is, he's not even 100% Chinese. He's only half Chinese. So, whatever.
Talk to him.
My guy Rico G, the Boogeyman, coming through with a $5 super chat saying, Boogeyman tapping in. Shout out Earth's mightiest subscribers. That's what I'm talking about. God damn it. Thank you. God damn it. That's what I'm talking about. Now, here's the thing. So Ed Brubaker, he came in. He's all right, shut this shit up. Ed Brubaker came in, slapped the motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. God damn it.
Sit down. God damn it.
I wrote Kill or Be Killed. God damn it. And the Secret Avengers. Y'all know what the fuck I am. I used to write Captain America, for Christ's sakes. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm treating him like he's Vince McMahon all of a sudden. But basically... So basically, you know, in the movie, they are changing to where Fu Manchu is not Shang-Chi's father. It's going to be the Mandarin. That's who they're going with. And what he basically went on to say that when asked about it, he said, well, obviously, a rights issue. Fu Manchu was a license that Marvel lost a long time ago, so they can't use him in the movie or the comics. But the struggle against an evil father is the primary thing Shang-Chi is about, so you need a replacement father, one way or another, to tell his history. And that is basically as simple and as easy and as smart of a thing as anyone can say. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, and he said exactly what I was thinking. That, yeah, you have to replace the father aspect. It's a father-son dynamic. It doesn't matter who the father is as long as the father is a fucking son of a bitch. And Fu Manchu was a racist caricature and a stereotype. So I think even if Marvel did have the rights to Fu Manchu, they wouldn't use him. Yeah, they would. Hell, think about the mental gymnastics Marvel did to get out of casting a, because the Ancient One, he is technically maybe not as bad as Fu Manchu, but he is kind of a racist stereotype. And they didn't want to go that route. The mental gymnastics they went through to recast and reimagine the Ancient One so that it wouldn't be racist, and then still kind of slick came off racist. Just in the sense that they could have just cast a Chinese person or like an Asian-born person, and maybe dress it up. Like me personally, I've always said that, you know, the reason why the Mandarin never showed up in like the Iron Man movies, at least the one that we know, was largely because they felt that they couldn't do him justice because he himself, the Mandarin, is kind of a racist caricature and stereotype. But I was like, dude, this is what you do. You update him. And that's exactly what they're doing. The way that they've imagined the Mandarin in this movie is that, yeah, he's a businessman. He's just a dude. Not that different from, I mean, maybe not saying that he's exactly like Tony Stark, but he's a businessman like Tony Stark. Guy walks around in suits, you know, from the little bit of, you know, what we've seen. And that's actually how I imagined them doing him in Iron Man. Like, if they would have put him in Iron Man 1, which originally he was supposed to be in Iron Man 1. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. I don't know, man. What do you think, Brother One?
Man, everybody worried about the wrong things, man.
Look,
they worried about the wrong things.
Focusing on the wrong shit.
What do we always say here? Don't give me that bullshit with no trailer.
Right?
That's all I'm going to say.
Look, don't come back with no trailer.
That's it.
You feel
Show
me?
me something. Show me something.
And yes, Kevin's actually correct. If they would have done the Ancient One the way that they had originally thought about doing it, that movie would not have done well in China. And we all know China is a huge market for Marvel.
Yes.
Hell, they went out of their way. They went out of their way to cast Chinese actors in both Iron Man 3 and Avengers Age of Ultron, and put them into and film extra scenes for them specifically to be shown in China. So yeah, there you go. That was the thing. Now this next one, let's file this under the rumor mill. I'm imagining, because, you know, it's ever since this whole Spider-Man, Marvel, Disney, debacle, them having a public divorce. They're going through a public divorce out here in these streets last year.
Prenup.
Look, and then working it out behind the scenes. Basically, now it's coming out again, because people talk about, what's going to happen with Spider-Man in the Avengers movies? Is he going to factor in? Are they going to try and keep him separate? Is he just going to keep doing his own thing? Is he going to appear in other people's movies? Well, now MCU Cosmic, who has a very good track record with this sort of stuff, they have come out and said that Marvel Studios is developing a new Avengers film led by Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, but she won't be the only familiar face in the movie. The report claims Spider-Man will also be involved in the new Avengers initiative, and that a quotey fingers fan-favorite director with ties to the web-slinger is being considered for the project. At the time of writing, New Avengers has not yet been officially announced by Disney. Now, when he says a quotey fingers fan favorite director, I'm assuming that they're probably talking about John Watts, who, I mean, he's the only person that's been directing Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Technically, it could be Sam Raimi. Now, but the thing is, the only reason why I think it wouldn't be Sam Raimi is because, I don't know. I almost feel like Sam is best used in certain scenarios and not others. And those who probably feel the same way about his works that I do, I feel like he works best when he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
Not when he's under a tentpole like Marvel, who they want it done a very specific way. And I feel like, I don't know, man. I just, based on just how he handled Spider-Man 3, that's what you get when Sam and a studio don't see eye to eye. So there you go. Jerobo says, with a $5 super chat, Marvel stopped calling Shang's father that decades ago. Yes, that is also true. I don't remember what they call him now, but that's just the name I remember. But let's see here. What happens with this? I mean, you know how I would do. This is what I would do. You know how I would get to direct some shit like this? Get Taika Waititi. Just get Taika Waititi. Let's let him do it. He clearly knows. They
already got him on a payroll.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing Thor: Love and Thunder. He did Thor: Ragnarok, which is arguably the best Thor film, and is closer in tone to what we're used to seeing from the Russo brothers. Because a lot of these guys have roots in comedy, and Sam does too. Sam Raimi does too. However, his comedy is maybe, and technically so is Taika's, but their comedies are still different in some ways, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not like that. Listen, not saying the Spider-Man. I think Sam Raimi made 1.5 good Spider-Man movies. That's all I'm saying. I think Spider-Man 2 is great. Spider-Man 1 is okay, and Spider-Man 3 is just not good. We'll just call it that. But this is all. We don't know yet. It's once again going back to the previous story. Man, until K-Fi comes out and says something, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
File it on the rumor mill.
Exactly. Another one that we can probably file. Well, this isn't under rumor mill. This is actually something that is actually out here in these streets and is probably more than public knowledge. I think this is actually, you know what? Let's skip this one. This is still technically old news. This is old news. This isn't even anything new. Move on to the next one. Boom. We're gonna skip that last one. We're gonna move straight to She-Hulk.
Yes.
Okay, so She-Hulk. We've got news. How many of y'all watched the Netflix show Schitt's Creek? My wife does.
I haven't seen it.
My wife watches it. I don't enjoy the show, but she seems to really like it. But we also joke a lot in my house that my wife enjoys movies and TV shows about white people problems, largely because she is white. So she can relate. But I cannot. Like growing up, I used to have to spend so much of my life growing up as a kid relating to white people problems in TV shows and movies because it's just what it was. It's just what it was at the time. Now I have options. But no, she really likes that show. And I mean, there's been some moments, there's people in it that I like. And I actually could see where they're going with this particular casting, or not saying this is actually who they're casting, but who could possibly become cast. We know that Allison Brie, remember originally Disney and Marvel, the people close to the She-Hulk production, said they were looking for a Allison Brie type. Well, you just go get Allison Brie. That's what you do.
Right.
You just go get Allison Brie. Brie, she ain't doing shit. She ain't doing shit. This is the final season of Glow. You go get that woman. But anyways, point of the matter is that Schitt's Creek star Emily Hampshire, she apparently wants in. She wants in. She says she is interested in either She-Hulk or a Spider-Woman role. Now, this is very interesting because I actually think she could do either. Throwing it out there. But it says, let's scroll down a little bit here. It says, Emily Hampshire revealed that she'd love to suit up in the world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as either She-Hulk or Spider-Woman. Hampshire has previously championed herself to play Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, and she told comicbook.com she still has those desires. When asked about playing Spider-Woman, she explained, I would love to do that. I didn't know where that came from, but wherever it came from, I agree, and I like it. I would be just good at it. I would be so into that. And then she went on to say that she'd also like to flex her muscles as She-Hulk. The only other one I can think of is I'd be very into playing She-Hulk. I know that's happening. I've been hearing something about that. I didn't realize that. I looked up the comic book, and I didn't realize she was such a... You think of She-Hulk and muscles and stuff, but the person who's behind it is just such a cool character. Basically, what she's referring to is the fact that She-Hulk has a lot of personality that you just don't associate with a Hulk-style character. Right. Like, She-Hulk, up until recently, She-Hulk has always been thought of as a funny character. She's been often a very comedic character, and she still technically is, but just in a different way now, where it's more like one-liners, and kind of like, sight gags with her now as opposed to being a fourth wall breaking character, I think is where she's kind of going with that, but just not outwardly saying it. But, and like I said, you just go down here and just kind of talking about her body of work. I've watched some of the 12 Monkeys show. I did, and wow, I completely didn't even think about the whole, Boy Meets Girl thing. Didn't think about that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Could you see that? Could you see that, brother one? Could you see the
as Spider-Woman? Yes.
As Spider-Woman? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Like I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
They want Allison Brie. Go get Allison Brie. They got the money,
right? She ain't
Allison
expensive.
She ain't gonna turn on them ends.
Look. Let me tell you something. Allison Brie's got rent.
Right.
That bitch got a light bill. She got to pay. She got to keep the lights on.
That's right. Glow about to end.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is Glow is in its final season. Get that woman the check. Let Emily take. Because here. Give me the book. Okay, so.
I was like, but I just put the back.
So here's how I would do it. Allison Brie, She-Hulk. I would have, and we already know Mark Ruffalo is supposed to be in the show, and they said they're going to do it exactly like the comics. I would have her, like, something happen. Let's say she gets caught in one of the attacks that's happened on Earth. Maybe she gets injured in some way, whatever, and she has to get that blood transfusion. And the only relatives who has a blood type that matches hers, of course, it's the Hulk. They use Banner, not even really thinking about it because they're in a rush. They gotta save this woman's life. They hit her with that juice, and the next thing you know, boom, Alison Brie. Of course, that is your She-Hulk. She has her own show. Let that heifer break the fourth wall all she wants. Let it be funny. Let it be serious when it needs to be. All that good stuff. I would actually like to see a perfect mixture of the current with the old. I think you could do it. I think you could pull it off. I would even like to see what they've done recently with She-Hulk, where kind of like how they did with, was it Crazy Jane in Doom Patrol, how she had like those other personalities in her head. They did something very recently in Jason Aaron's run with She-Hulk of the Avengers, where she was talking to the different versions of herself from throughout the years. And I would like to see something kind of like that too, where you could see multiple versions of She-Hulk. You have them all in one place. It would just be amazing. But for Emily, what I would do, how I would book this, we all know the Spider-Woman is best buds. Oh, by the way, we got a super chat. I gotta take this. Man, my guy.
I gotta take this.
SFC Cape Killer coming through with $6 super chat. Comes through, says, "What up, Blerd? K brother one, can you give me a F for them kids? They killing me. Good Lord. Hey, can we get some Fs?
Hold on. Let me sit up in the chair. And I say this from the bottom of my cold, dead heart. Sorry, Heath Slater, but them kids, man.
Look, let me tell you something. I already know how you feeling, Cape Killer, because look. Dude, my little girl been killing me lately. My little girl been killing me lately. She's always like, I want to play. She's like, you take me outside. We just came from outside.
Outside is dangerous.
She'll be like, can you play hide and seek with me? I'm like, man, we just played hide and seek 2 minutes ago.
You hit in all the good places.
And then I'll be like, and then when it's my turn, you can't ever find me. I have to come out of my hiding place.
Right, because you start crying.
Look, she's like, can we watch Frozen 2? We literally just watched it.
The credits are still rolling.
She's like, can we start it over? I missed the part. No, you didn't. Look.
Man, you ain't speaking nothing but the truth.
Look, y'all know how it is, man. Thank you for that super chat too, by the way. Back to it. Look, wait.
I was running out of time.
Yeah, wait, real quick though, I gotta say was Professor Bill said Allison Brie Larson. The comics gators are gonna call it Brie Gate. Dude, they're gonna lose their shit. They're gonna be so busy calling them the wrong name. It's gonna be hilarious. But no, Jessica Drew, real quick. Jessica Drew, I can see this one easy because Jessica Drew, I know Sony wants to put her in her own Spider-Woman movie, but I would love to see her show up in a Captain Marvel movie too, because we all know Captain Marvel and Spider-Woman are like this. They're like this. God damn it. They are best fucking friends. Matter of fact, Carol Danvers is the godmother to Spider-Woman's child. It's just, I want this. And I can see her. I'm just going right off the rip. I can see it happen. I can see her playing that character. I'm all for it.
I can say if I watch Pop, which season 2?
One more, dude. Let me. Oh no. Let me tell you something, dude. When you done seen every episode of Little Einsteins, dude. Every time I hear that song, dude. Every time I see that motherfucker, like we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, going through the sky, little light. Dude, I'm like, God damn it, cut that shit off. Or if I hear into the unknown, into the unknown. If I hear that shit one more time, I'm going to hang myself. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh God, Lord Jesus.
It's still rolling.
It's like,
no, I don't want to watch Frozen 2 again.
I mean, fuck Frozen 2. Can't you watch the Avengers or something? No, I will say this. She did brighten my heart. Look, let me tell you something. I was so proud that one day she actually asked if we could watch Spider-Man. She's like, can we watch a Spider-Man movie? I was like, thank God.
Thank God.
All right, let's keep this shit moving along.
Yes, sir.
This next one, and we talked about like spoilers and shit, but fuck it, we're gonna talk about them anyway. There was a toy leak. We technically have kind of already seen this. I talked about this in a previous Blerd Cave. Wonder Woman 1984. They recently had some Funko Pop figures leak out. I don't even think these are actually officially released yet. But these are basically kind of telling us that we're going to be seeing for the most part, comics accurate Cheetah in Wonder Woman 1984. So if you don't want to see these, I'm going to highly advise that you might want to tune out for at least a few seconds. I'm going to put them up for us to see. In a 3, a 2, a 1, Shazam! Okay, so these are the Funko Pops that have released. These are... Now, the reason why I say these are likely going to be the case, why these are very likely going to be the figures that we... Or not the figures, but you know what I mean. The... why I think these are going to probably... Why these are legit... Why I think these are actually accurate is because we got a picture a little while ago. And here, I'm going to switch us over to this one. This is from a promo that we got earlier in the year of Cheetah. It was from a promo poster. Actually, and I think from the back of like some merchandise or something of Cheetah. So this actually, it makes sense. I could see this. Yeah, I could see this being the case. So yeah. And like I said, it doesn't look bad. I mean, Cheetah is a pretty easy character to get. Like just because basically Cheetah literally walks around butt ass naked at all times. And I know during New 52, I think they kind of had her dressed up in more of like a bikini style outfit, which kind of made her look a little bit too much like, what was it, Tigra from Marvel? But, and they gave her like longer hair, and like now she's got no hair, and, but just all fur. But,
back though,
yeah, but it's all slicked back. So they kind of found a way to do it both ways. But I'm here for it. I mean, I like Cheetah. She's good. I'm here for it.
I mean, I fucks with Kristen Wiig, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for a motherfucker trying to do something different.
Professor Bill, Cheetah and Chung-Li shower scene make
it so. I'm here for it. Let's see. It does look like a cast member of Cats. It does. Hey, Brother Bacchus, I ain't seen you in a minute, goddammit. How the fuck you been? Let's see here, but no, it does look like Cats. But that's the thing. Sadly, that's what that's what she is. Little later, Deckerville said, "Keep going, keep Professor Bill, keep going."
You have my attention.
Let's we're a rapid fire mode because this one is gonna this one's gonna be interesting. Your boy Don Cheadle's. Don Cheadle's, man. Marvel trying to fuck on your boy.
Do it. You see the look on his face.
Look, wait a minute. Look at this motherfucker. He looked like he's seen some shit. He's like, God damn, these motherfuckers trying to fuck with me with this quarantine going on. I gotta deal with this bitch Carol fucking Baskins. Now I gotta deal with this shit.
See my suit?
You see how tight my War Machine suit is, Charles. But no, Don Cheadle says Marvel gave him 2 hours to decide if he wanted to commit to a 6-film deal. I ain't gonna lie, I'd have taken that shit. I wouldn't even need 2 hours. You could have gave me 2 seconds. I'm like, here you go.
My schedule's good.
Yeah. Well, basically what he's going, he says, during a recent interview with the AV Club, Don Cheadle told the story of how he was offered the role while at his kid's laser tag party, and then Marvel only gave him 2 hours to decide. He says, it's actually a pretty wild story. But he says, basically, he said, I was actually at my kid's birthday party, a laser tag party, and I got a call from my agent, and they said, hey, so I want to connect you to these Marvel guys. They want to talk to you, but they want to offer you the part. I don't think it was Kevin Feige, but I don't know who was on the phone. But they said, hey, this is the role. We want you to do this. It's a 6-picture deal. And he was like, what? Okay. And I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, that's 11 or 12 years. He's like, I'm not sure. And they're like, well, we need to know because if you're not saying yes, then we're going to move on to the next person. So you've got an hour. Wow. Okay. And they said, at first they only gave him an hour. And it wasn't until, and he goes on to say that you had an hour to decide 12 years in a role and parts that I don't even know in movies that are coming down that I have no idea what they'll be. I said, I'm at my kid's laser tag party right now. They said, oh, take 2 hours. So generous. So I go back inside and I'm ducking behind things, playing laser tag and talking to my wife. I'm like, should I take a flyer on this? Is this something I should do? And she said, well, yeah, I guess so. All things being equal, this is that kind of thing. You've never done anything like this before. Big special effects, tentpole, 4-quadrant movie. Do you want to do something like this? And I said, I kind of do. And she said, well, then take a flyer. Let's do it. Try it. And then, the rest is history. He became War Machine. Damn. Taking over for Terrence Howard.
Give me that opportunity.
Dude, I'd have been like, look, it could have been at the birth of my daughter. I'd have taken that phone. They'd have been like, we want to offer you a 6-movie deal in the Marvel Cinema. I'd have been like, I could literally be getting ready to hold my child and be like, yes, I'll take it. Yes, please.
I'm going to put you on speaker. Hold on.
Everybody hears this, right? I'm going to be playing War Machine, right? Y'all hear this, right? I'm War Machine. Terrence Howard, go eat a dick. I'm taking your job.
Go eat a dick, ninja.
I'm just saying, but I mean, I thought that was just a really cool story. I mean, it's to give you an idea of how Marvel stuff works.
You got 2 hours.
The motherfucker said, bitch, you thought.
I need 2 minutes.
2 minutes, my guy.
You know what those 2 minutes would be? Me typing up my letter of resignation for the current job. Like, all right.
Yeah. Like, all right. Saul said, honestly, pretty reprehensible on the part of Marvel, but also I kind of respect that contract negotiation. I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of fucked up, but at the same time, I'm kind of like,
hey, they're like, nah, we need you right now.
Look, and it is messed up, but I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure. Look, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if it was up to me, if you, like I said, K-Fi calls me up, says, "Hey, Blerd, we just want you for a walk-on part," and I don't even give a fuck what the movie is. Look, just a walk-on part. Like they don't even tell me exactly what I'm doing. Look, it might not even be a part. They just like, hey, Blerd, we want you to go hand out. I'm like, yes. How many years? Look, it's just for the weekend. Yes, I'll take it. We're not paying you. Fuck. But do I still get to hang out at the movie set? Well, yeah, you'll be handing out coffee to the stars. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man.
That's how most people get their break.
Right?
Handing out coffee.
Dude, I'll be the best coffee handouterer. They think my ass worked at Starbucks. I'm like, oh, goddamn, man, Blerd, the way you hand out that coffee, you even made sure to put my character's name on here. You know I like to stay in character, goddamn it.
No.
Look, like when Hirsch is filming for Blade, like, Mr. Blade.
Mr. Blade, sir.
This is your coffee. How exactly? You wanted a white hot Americano, no foam, lightly stirred,
double shot
with natural goat's milk, squeezed freshly from the goat. I have it right here for you, sir. And notice that I wrote Blade and not Mahersh or Mahershala or
Ali.
or Ali. I made sure to put your actual your character's name because I know you like to stay in character, sir.
Professor Bill says, Blerd, I want you to walk on the set and let Punisher shoot you in the head. Brother One shot next. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
When do you need? When can I fly out?
Listen, I got an N95. Okay. Look, nothing I'm playing. Your boy keeps one on standby.
Look, just in case.
Just in case.
Look, because you never know. You never know when the shit about to pop off.
Okay.
All right, let's hit this final story because I know you got to get up out of here.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go.
So this next one, I know Donny Cates has been probably one of the hottest writers coming out right now over the last few years, and also I guess technically kind of been a controversial figure as of late due to some statements that he had made that I think some people did not appreciate, but. It's Donny Cates, though. And you know what? Honestly, I don't give a shit because, I mean, I've talked to the guy. He's really nice. He's cool. He treated me like he had known me for years, even though we had never met a day before in our lives. So, I mean, he's cool in my book. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Now, unless he's killed somebody. If he's killed somebody, then I have to ask who.
Or slap somebody.
If he pulled a Ezra Miller and choked a bitch, I might have to cancel him. But then I'd ask. But first, I'd have to ask, what did she do first? I'm joking. Anyway, let me hit the danger button. Just in case. But anyways, Marvel Comics writer Donny Cates. This man has paid off an entire comic shop's outstanding pull list. And that is no small feat. I just want to point that out.
Super chat.
Ooh, super chat with the 444 super chat from Alfonso. Didn't even have anything to say. Just wanted to drop the super chat thing.
Hold on. We ain't done yet.
Whoa! Wait a goddamn minute, motherfucker! He said that wasn't it. That wasn't it. LJ Mac 03 coming through with the $10 super chat says support and welcome back, brother one. Look at this love you get.
Look at this.
Look at this shit.
Man. This good shit. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that there, LJ. Mako Tree.
Yeah, like I said, dude, just good people. Just good people.
Yeah, good people.
Always showing support. Mm-hmm. But no, he went on to say, so we know, Donny Cates, known for his work on Venom, Thor, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Mm-hmm. He basically came through and paid off a Texas-based comic book shop's entire pull list. On Facebook, Austin Books and Comics informed its patrons of the great news that their pull list had been paid for. Most, if not all, of you know the comic writer Donny Cates, the Austin-based retailer, wrote, and in an amazing show of support for not only the store, but for you as well, he has decided to pay for your pull list. If you still had a pull list in the store as of yesterday, April 13th, at the time this was put up, it is now paid up. Now, this is actually a really big deal because I don't know if a lot of you know this, but Donny Cates used to run a comic book shop. So he used to work in a comic book shop just as a Joe Blow nobody and then eventually ran one. And he knows what it's like to be on the front lines, in this particular situation. He has a little bit of empathy towards people in these situations. I mean, he's a fan. And he's also a writer. He's also, a person who has works in the industry on both. And he's basically been a part of the industry at all levels, whether it is as a fan, as a buyer, as a retailer, and as a creative. So he gets where a lot of this is coming from. And it goes on to say, it says, in return, Cates simply asks that those whose comics he paid for take the money they saved as a result and use it to buy other merchandise they may not have been able to afford beforehand from the center of Austin fandom, which includes Austin Books and Comics, Outlaw Moon Games and Toys, the Sidekick Store, the Guzu Gallery. He says, try some new series, get a board game, buy a statue for a friend in need. Donny has shown once again that we are a community, that we help each other out, and that is exactly what the world needs right now. And dude, I'm sorry, but there is no better person right now, than Donny Cates. Donny Cates is out here doing the most. And I think that's pretty much the end of the story right there. But that's actually, what's that?
He's still ducking us though.
Yeah, he's still ducking us. I ain't gonna lie. I don't appreciate that he has not answered me. It's been over a year. And I have questions, man. I have questions. I only had one question. I just want to know what's going to happen to little Normie Osborn, and he didn't answer me. And now we still don't know.
Already?
It's been a year, I think. I think it's been a year.
Wow.
And I'm a little upset. And Donnie, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you see this now, live and direct, if you're watching this in post, that hurts. Just saying.
I'm about to retweet that shit.
I love it. Like, where's my shit at? But that's not the only thing. Donnie has also laid down a challenge. He has issued a challenge to other creatives. He ain't done yet. He says, let's see here. He is not done yet. Dragon's Lair Comics, also of Austin, Texas, has reported the exact same thing. Dragon's Lair Austin Comics subscribers, we are so incredibly happy to announce that Austin comic book writer Donny Cates has purchased your comic holds, what's currently in your file for you during this challenging time. We can't begin to thank him enough for taking care of us and all of you. He's a true inspiration and a beautiful soul. We love you, Donny. Thank you for fighting for us. Donny Cates, hashtag Donny Cates is the man. Love, Angie Blackman, owner of Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Now, that's 2 comic book shops that he has bought pull lists for. That means the Marvel bag is heavy. That Marvel bag is heavy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's go through. Now, going on, he says, okay. He went on to say that way back when I was between comic writing gigs, I needed money, and Dragon's Lair gave me a part-time job so I could make rent. So this one was a no-brainer for me. And I hope it inspires other pros to help their local shops. You need them. They need you. We're in this together. And that's Donny Cates right there, hanging with somebody cosplaying as symbiote suit Spider-Man, which is just awesome in and of itself. The guy, man, he's a good guy. He's really just a good guy. But he goes on to say, he says, again, when I did the same for Austin Books, I wanted this to be done anonymously for numerous reasons. But now that it's out, I'm happy if it at least gives you a nice tweet to look at on your timeline or inspires others. But to be 100% clear, I'm not looking for head pats or accolades. It's a selfish move on my part anyway. I need shops to be open so they can sell my silly comics to you guys. And honestly, it just makes my anxiety and stress to be of service. More to come. We can do this. And of course, he put one of the panels. This is actually a favorite panel of mine from the recent Venom run, where Venom and the Rex Tyler, the Tyrannus symbiote, form a partnership. So I mean, I thought that was really cool. And basically that was an open challenge. And I think this is actually from, I think this might be from one of the recent panels before all this stuff closed down. But yeah, I mean, dude, what do you think about that? What do you think about Cates?
Donny Cates out here doing the Lord's work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to do this.
Oh God, no.
You know what I mean? And he's giving back. This is exactly talk. He is giving back to the community that supported him when he was a struggling artist. when he was, when he was a struggling writer.
Yeah.
And to see that someone can do that, and we don't dollar, but the fact that he did it not once but twice, that shows you that there's still good people out there doing really, really, really good, awesome work.
Dude, no, that's 1,000%. My thing is, my whole thing is that you do for others. You know, if you can give back, if you can pay it forward in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's kind of like if I were in Kate's position, I would try to do something similar. You know, whether it's, buying a comic pull list for a whole shop, or, donating money to a comic book shop just in general. Something. Just some kind of way to give back. Yeah.
I did it, and I did it because, I didn't, I don't expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, I haven't been around lately, and shout out to Nerd 90.
Oh yeah,
for the charity, I came, and what did I do? I came in, dropped the C note, and I walked out.
Dude, in and out.
You know what I mean?
I don't even think you stayed around long enough to get your reward. You were just like, here you go, boom, C note, I'm out the building. And dude, and that's the thing, that I thought that like I literally was like, because I was sitting here playing Fortnite, and I'm just, or no, I don't think we were playing Fortnite yet at the time. I think we were playing like Apex or COD or something.
Yeah,
or Apex?
Apex.
Yeah. And we're sitting there, just like, okay, just like, oh shit, brother one just dropped a Hunsky. I was like, hold up, wait a minute, stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's I think that's cool though.
In these times, this is where everyone's true character comes into play. I think, because it's easy to do something good for when everything is on the level.
Mm-hmm.
But when times are hard, money's tight, supplies are tight, people are out there losing jobs. But you can come together as a community, whether it's on the stream, whether it's in your neighborhood or at your comic shop or even at the grocery store. If you come together and show that unity, I'm telling you, man, it will pay off in the long run. Karma, that good karma, that good energy, or
facts.
You walk away, you see the smile on the person's face, help them out in their.
Oh yeah, no.
You can lay your head down and I say,
well, you know that you did your part. Exactly. You know that you did exactly what you said. Like my wife was telling me, this was back when all this had first started off. The grocery stores were crazy. People were wilding down the grocery stores, and there was a lady that was behind my wife in line. My wife, she had already got her stuff. She was got her bag. She got them in her cart. She was going to go take shit to the car. And she was talking about how there was a lady behind her who, she found out that, she didn't have enough money for all the stuff that she was going to get, and she was going to have to start putting stuff back. And she was like, no, don't put it back. She's like, how much do you need? And she gave her the money she needed so she wouldn't have to put anything back. And she said, I didn't really care what it was she was getting or what it was she was going to have to put back, but she was like, just a thing that, hey, pay it, because the lady was like, oh, how can I thank you? She was like, just pay it forward. The next person, if you see somebody that's struggling and needs some help, pay that shit forward. I do the same thing with other people. Like, it's kind of like when I tell people that, if I say, and this is probably a little more anecdotal just because, I do this with my friends, but, I do it with other people too, but it's like, if I hit one of my boys up and I'm like, hey, man, let's go hit the bar, the club, or let's go hit the restaurant or something like that. Let's go get something to eat. And they're like, yeah, man, I can't, man. I ain't got the money. And I'm like, I didn't ask you that shit.
I said, let's go.
I said, let's go. I said, I asked you if you wanted. I said, motherfucker, I asked you if you was hungry. I ain't asked you if you had money, motherfucker. I asked if you was hungry.
You trying to eat?
Right? I was like, we eating?
You got a super chat.
Oh, Boom. He says, wait, Tube's the one coming through. $10 super chat says, for the first time in months, I have more than $500 in the bank to spend, so I'm choosing to use part of it here. Thanks for the editing gig. Keep up the stride with the $10 super chat. Thank you, my guy. Tube's the one. Which, by the way, for those of y'all who know, and I actually highly advise, if you have not done so, matter of fact, when this is over, if you would be so kind as to go and check out one of the latest videos, you'll see exactly. Here, wait a minute. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. But my guy Tubes One actually edited that little number for me, and we're gonna try. We're gonna try and get some. We're gonna try and keep money raised up so I can actually do it more often. That's the shit I'm talking about. I want, and I always tell people that when I build up Blerd Without Fear, I want to build up to the point where I can bring in more people and give people an opportunity. Give people opportunities where maybe they weren't getting opportunities or weren't getting enough opportunities. You know what I'm talking about. And it's the same thing with everything else in life. I say I try and treat other people the exact same way. I'm like, hey, if I see someone else struggling, I want to help them out. I don't care who they are. I don't care if I know them personally. I don't care if we're friends. I don't really even care, if we're enemies per se. But the thing is if it's in my heart to do so and it's in my ability to do so, then I'm gonna fucking do it. But yeah, that's the last story. I kind of wanted to leave off on that one before we jumped into questions because I wanted there to be I want that energy to be the same. You know what I'm talking about?
We got 2 questions in the Discord.
2 questions in the Discord. I said, do you need to jet?
Well, we're gonna handle these, and then I'm gonna jet.
Do you gonna jet? Okay, sounds good.
Number 1,
go through them.
Number 1 from overdressed. Anyone reading Philadelphia? I'm not. I haven't done much reading of anything. I've been working my ass off.
I was gonna say Philadelphia. I have not read. I've heard of it though. I have heard of it though. I'll have to put that one on the list.
From our boy Vulcan, Jesse Tifa, or I'm gonna fuck up her name. Aerith.
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay.
Honestly, in light of new events, Jesse can get it.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesse can get it. Look,
still stick with Tifa.
Tifa is my girl, but I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Jesse giving you looks Jesse letting you see. Tifa kind of playing coy with you, but Tifa's playing coy with you. But Jesse, she's ready.
She about that action.
She's like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get down.
And let's see. The last question is from our boy Luzosaurus. He says, "Miss good times like Big Brother 1 is back."
Oh.
The answer to that question is yes. I have effectively changed my work schedule. So I will be working nights, Tuesday through Saturday. So I will be often to be here at the Blerd Cave, but I can't stay that long because I have to get ready for work. Kind of like now. So
well,
so there you go.
You got the answer.
57 minutes.
Oh Lord, Jesus Christ!
After I jump in the shower.
Well, look, I don't want to hold you up anymore. We already got you. But Brother One, thank you for jumping back on with us. And like I said, of course, always good to have your presence.
Yes, sir.
Your energies. Your energies. On the show, and of course, are you now? Real quick question. For this is for me. This one's for me. Are you gonna be doing any? Are you gonna be doing anything on Twitch? Anytime soon?
Not now.
Not now. Okay.
Not now. And I put a post on Twitter. I had to go put some people in place. Because I was being the DMs when I'm going to be hitting up interviews again and the streaming, and they want to get interviewed, and I pretty much said, yo, there's people dying right now. Okay, I got to do the Lord's work before I do any stream.
That is fair.
So when shit calms down,
Yeah.
and I'm not sometimes working 12-hour shifts, 14, I will resume. But if Cyberpunk decides that it wants to come out, then you might see your boy back on.
There you go.
For now.
Look, hey, I ain't mad at you, pimping. Well,
Yes, sir. But I see all the love in the Chiznat.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I told you.
I appreciate y'all. Everybody stay safe. Keep it 1,000, and make sure you wash your damn hands. God damn
Tell
it. Tell him, God damn it.
All right, Pip. I'm gonna take some. While I'm still here, I'm gonna take a few. We're gonna take about 10 minutes of questions from the chat. We're not gonna stay long because I got some stuff I gotta take care of. But brother one, you have yourself a good evening, and hopefully, we will see you back on here. We'll see you back on here next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take care.
All right, man. Later, pimpins.
Peace.
Peace. Let's see here. So we got let's see what we got. Oh, we just got super chat. Super chat just dropped in. We've got Losersaurus coming through $3 super chat, says one time for the big bros of Blerd Koa. Thank you. Very much thank you. Here, let's get into it. Let's see. We got once again let's see here. What we got? I'm looking through here. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, if you are in here, please make sure you tap them like buttons, man. Tap them like buttons. Regards to everybody talking about washing your hands, but no one is talking about washing y'all's asses. Yes, please wash your ass. Like, get in the cracks and the crevices of your ass, because please, just please, thank you. Let's see here. Ooh, a package has been delivered. I need to make sure I go outside and get those. That said, we got 10 minutes. We're going to give 10 minutes. If anybody has any questions in chat, I'll answer them now. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump out of here and start prepping for the watch party tonight. Don't forget, we are going to be doing a watch party over on twitch.tv. I'm dropping the link in the chat right now. You go click that link, go over there and follow. We will be doing it, like I said, it should be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You will be able to chat in, of course, like as normal. Basically, the movie will be, it'll be like a picture-in-picture deal. The movie will be big. I will be small, off to the side. And, yeah, you'll be able to chime in, chat in, so on and so forth, whatever. I'll probably be doing like some light commentary over the movie, reactions and things of that nature, and of course interacting with you all, the chat. It'll be good stuff, I think. And yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, we got a new super chat. Michael Raleigh coming through with a $5 super chat, says current favorite wrestler. I just realized mine is Lance Archer. Hashtag everybody dies. Dude, Lance Archer, I never, once again, first and foremost, thank you for that super chat. And I didn't realize until recently how much I really liked Lance Archer. As far as my favorite current wrestler, man, that is, God, that's tough. That is tough because I've been going back and catching up on like some old New Japan. I've also been going back and, just going back and rewatching some AEW stuff too, like some of the stuff like from like the beginning when they first kicked off and kind of leading back up into what's going on now. WWE, I've pretty much fallen off of, so it's nobody from WWE, NXT either for that matter. But man, it is, oh God, it is so close. It is so freaking close. But right now, man, Kota Ibushi, just going back and watching the output of that man's body of work. It's insane. It's just insane. Also, man, right now, man, a guy whose name is always on my mind in AEW, and man, somebody who I really hope gets to break out on his own is Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky is just, it's too good. He's too good, man. He doesn't even need SCU anymore. That dude could go break off, do his own thing, and I guarantee you he would be over like Rover. But yeah, though right now, man, it's really close between those. Like, you know, Kota Ibushi, Scorpio Sky, those are like the guys I'm just really enjoying. I know Scorpio hasn't been on as much as I would like lately, but just those are some of my favorites. Lance Archer is a fucking beast. Oh, Nyla Rose. Actually, you know what? I'm taking it all back. Nyla Rose is actually my favorite person overall right now, just because she's so fucking hilarious. If you do not follow Nyla Rose on Twitter or Instagram, please do, because that heifer had me out here dying from, you know, her videos where she was talking about how she did a video showing how she changes a light bulb. And it seems like something so silly, but like, but she did this thing where basically she was making fun of wrestling ladder matches. It was fantastic. Like, even with a short little step stool, she was just like, it is great. Or how, like, she watches TV, but, like, she doesn't watch it directly. She stands off to the side of the TV like wrestlers usually do. It's like, no, I have a better view of the TV from right here. Shit's fucking amazing. Anyways, let's see here. Ronnie Sa says, why is everyone going crazy over Chadwick Boseman's appearance? The reason why is because apparently he shot a video on Instagram that he shared where, like, it just looked like his neck was really thin. It looked like he had lost a lot of weight. Personally, I think it was the angle that made it look that way, but I could be wrong. But yeah, people were worried that people were worried, oh, he's got it. He got that bitch Carol fucking Baskins and all this other stuff, and I don't think that's the case. I think it was just the angle he shot the video at, because, like, the way he did it, like, to kind of give you an idea, he was holding his phone like this, but only, like, further down. And he was just looking down at it. So, like, just if you could imagine, like, someone shooting a video where they're looking down, your neck would probably look a little bit thinner. Or maybe thicker. I don't know. It's all perspective. But, Wilbur Robinson says, at home Comic-Con. Well, technically, I will be doing the virtual con that is Brooklyn Comic-Con. I'll be doing that from home. I have to get some more details on that first. But, yeah, that'll be a thing. Says, DeCovenham says, when this is all over, we cannot worry about Miss Baskins when we doing that Koa meetup. Exactly. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, Roshi Geese, you talking about Will Ospreay? I actually am really enjoying Will Ospreay. Dude, Will Ospreay is actually really amazing. Dude, there's too many amazing wrestlers out there. By the way, if you haven't seen it, oh god, was it Wrestle Talk that did the live stream with Will Ospreay and B Priestley wrestling against each other? That match was really fucking good. Let's see here. Let's go back down through here. Let's see. Dude, Willie Mack is also really good. I like Willie Mack. I like Willie Mack. Let's see here. Stephen Huggins asks, what are your thoughts on WWE releasing a lot of superstars? I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. I think that, especially in light of the fact that they spent $18.5 million to President Cheeto's re-election super PAC. I think, and then bragging about having $500 million earmarked for just such an occasion such as this, and then you release somewhere in the neighborhood, I think the tally is up to like somewhere between 30 and 40, maybe even over 40 different wrestlers, personalities, writers, backstage personnel. No, fuck WWE. I'm done with them. I know a lot of people like to always say, hey, I'm not fucking with WWE anymore, but I'm like, no, I'm not going out of my way. I'm not going out of my way to watch any WWE product. I'm not going out of my way to follow any WWE product. Anything I learn about WWE will be by virtue of me going to a wrestling news website, looking for information on AEW or New Japan Pro or Ring of Honor or MLW, and I just happen to stumble across some WWE news, or I'm watching like WrestleMania or What Culture or Wrestle Talk, and they're talking about WWE at the time, or Cultaholic talking about WWE at the time. That's the only way I will learn about anything going on in WWE. That and y'all telling me. But yeah, so yeah, no, fuck WWE. I'm done with them. I canceled my WWE Network subscription months ago. I have not watched a Raw. The last Raw I watched was when they were here live. That's only because I had already bought tickets by the time I canceled my WWE Network subscription. I just was like, fuck it, I already paid for them. And SmackDown, only reason I saw SmackDown is because I went, I was given tickets to it for free, and I just wanted to take my little girl so she could see her favorite wrestlers. That's the only reason that I even went. So yeah, if that tells you how much I don't fuck with WWE right now. That is how. Matter of fact, I don't fuck with WWE so much, I really haven't even been watching NXT either. And yeah, they're not done letting people go, so it's gonna keep going. Let's see here. Thoughts on Sam Raimi signing on to direct the next Doctor Strange? I mean, I can see it happening. I could see. I think Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness is more in his wheelhouse. I think he would do better with that than he would directing a Spider-Man movie. A new Spider-Man movie was what I mean to say. Let's see here. Rochi Gee says, where do you think was it Miro, Rusev, and Zack Ryder and the Good Brothers would fit AEW New Japan? I think the Good Brothers are better off. Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson are better off going back to New Japan. I would like to see them in AEW because there's such a stacked tag team division, but I think they would just do better if they went back to Japan and just, whatever. As far as Zack Ryder, he's best buds with Cody. He'll probably go to AEW. And then Rusev, honestly, I would rather see him in AEW as well. I think AEW doesn't have a whole lot of big men. Not like you have Lance Archer, you've got Jake Hager, Big Hurt. But that's really about it. Lance Archer, I think, is your big monster heel. I would actually like to see Rusev come in. I actually would like to see him come in as a babyface. I like to see him as a babyface. In AEW. Says, yes, and they should turn Will Ospreay heel. He is so good at being an asshole. Let's see here. Let's see. They still. Oh yeah, they haven't let any SmackDown stars go yet, have they? Yeah, we'll probably hear about that later today. Then. Yeah, and right now there are so many. Right now, Blerd gonna turn away when he sees Sasha Banks on The Mandalorian. Actually, I tell you what, I'll fucks with Sasha Banks on that one. But going out of my way to, actually, I will say this, and I'm only gonna say this because Dark Angel showed me this in the Discord the other day. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure the link is somewhere in the description. I think I might be able to put it in there. Let's see if it pops up. It may take a minute. I know the YouTube version's kind of lax sometimes. It may not show up. Whatever. Anyway, point of the matter is, Oh, there it is. It took a minute, but there it is. I knew it was going to take a second. Anyway, there it is. It's in the description. It's in the chat now. But no, the Dark Angel, she had shown me the information for the Money in the Bank that's coming up, and just the way they're doing it is so weird. I will probably watch it, but I'm only going to be watching it because I will probably be watching it through somebody else. I'm not going to like go out of my way to watch it. Let's see here. And honestly, I don't think they're going to let Shotzi or Mansoor go, because if Mansoor goes, that Saudi money is out the door. And yeah, it is. And honestly, right now, I think everything should stay exactly the way it is. Everything should stay the way it is right now, because I like the idea there are alternatives. It is a return to the territory days back when you had NWA, AWA, WCW. I'm blanking on some other ones, but I miss the days when you had viable alternatives. Well, you could watch, like right now, you have WWE. You don't want to watch WWE? You can watch AEW. You can watch New Japan Pro. You can watch Ring of Honor. You can watch MLW. You can watch NWA Power. God help you, you can watch Impact. You have 6 alternatives. And that I haven't even talked about Stardom or the Women of Wrestling. There's other shit out there. Hell, I haven't even talked about AAA. So yeah, you have at least 9 alternatives to watch that are not WWE, and 8 of those 9 are infinitely better than WWE. Let's see here. Yeah. I think Carl Anderson is definitely going to go back to. He's going to go back to New Japan Pro. I'm not worried about that at all. I think, and Luke Gallows will likely follow him. The Revival, I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Revival went to Japan. I would be perfectly fine with them going to Japan. Let's see here. Archer Rusev heel tag team managed by Jake Roberts. I'd be down for, but I almost would rather Lance Archer stay by himself, like in terms of like partners. I would love to see because a wrestler no one really talks about, and maybe it's because he's kind of up in the age, but let's see here. Oh wait, I just had to give the call. Apparently I was still connected to the call with Brother One. Anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, no, you have, let's see. Oh, Big Swole. Yeah, you got I love Big Swole. Big Swole is so good. God. I love Big Swole's PSAs, by the way. Amazing. The roster is a little bit bloated. They do need to, I feel like not only that, right now, like we're seeing a lot of the same people because only so many wrestlers are available too. That makes it a little worse. But let's see here. AEW should make a video game. I think if I'm not mistaken, they are in the process of. Wilbur Robinson was in Mid-South Championship Wrestling from Florida. Yeah. And we also have Championship Wrestling here in Memphis too. There's so many different ways you could go that aren't WWE. It's not even funny. Was it Cricket says, I would think the Revival would go to AEW after all that F the Revival thing. I could see it too. The only reason I see them going to New Japan is just because it's such a change of pace for them. They could, like, I think the Revival would be dumb over in Japan. They would be dumb over. But in AEW, I would love to see a program between them and the Bucks. Them and the Bucks, I think they could actually have, not only that, I think you kind of, like, and this is one I don't think people think about very often, but I also think the Revival would thrive in NWA. Not that I would want them to go there, but they would thrive there. But AEW or New Japan Pro would be the places I'd rather see them go. Let's see here. Yeah, was the competition for his best times in wrestling, the time between WCW's acquisition and TNA's deal was bad WWE programming. Yeah, pretty much. Was it Michael? You said, it feels like the wrestling world is more primed than ever for a return of an NWA type entity with New Japan Pro, Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and AEW. Yeah, no, definitely. There's so much more you can do now. There's so much more that you can see now. Like, dude, wrestling is on tap everywhere. You don't it's like you don't even have like we live in a world where WWE is considered the end all be all, but they're not the only option. Like, they're still considered, oh, this is the place that like if you really want to prove you've made it. But the thing is, a lot of wrestlers are starting to have that mentality that they're like, no, you don't have to go to WWE to be big. You don't have to do that. Fuck WWE. And now with everything going on right now, they've just made it even more obvious. Let's see here. So they need Craig says they need to make an AEW video game with the WCW NWO Revenge / WWF WrestleMania 2000 No Mercy controls. That honestly, Kenny Omega has and the Bucks have often talked about that's like the type of game that they would want. That is what they want. And if they did do it, if they went that route, I'd be all in for it. There's actually a big rumor going around that's part of the reason why the 2K20 game was so bad, was because apparently Kenny had been in talks with a video game studio, and he said that it was a video game studio known for wrestling games. But they couldn't be, and there was a if I'm not, I don't remember the particulars of it, but there was like some kind of weird crossover, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was I think Ukes technically was no longer like involved, but they were like still like on an advisory level or something like that. Or there was like another company, I can't remember, but it's all hazy me right now because I'm talking off the top of my head. But and memory is a bitch right now. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's I kind of feel like, I don't know. I kind of feel like at some point it's going to have to happen because AEW has become so popular. It's become so popular, and it is just, I don't know, it's leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. That's what it was. Ukes left THQ in the middle of working on 2K20. That's what it was. So yeah. And I think they was it that they hung around like on like an advisory level or something like that. I remember hearing something about like they were still like there to consult and advise on the game, but for the most part they had a B team working on the game about midway through production, or a C team, whatever. So yeah, so Ukes was the source of a lot of problems in that franchise. I can also believe that too. Like, honestly, I would get, you know what I would do, honestly? I can't think of a studio off the top of my head, just that, because, you know, wrestling games are so few and far between. But, knowing the knowing the relationship that Fire Pro has with New Japan Pro Wrestling, that is probably way out of, way off the table. Or maybe they might consult with a new company. I don't know. But yeah, an AEW video game has to happen. But here's the thing, though. That game has to be good right out of the gate. That game has to come out and immediately shit on WWE. Like, I'm talking about literally the game has to come out, and on the sign, on the first screenshots, from the first trailer, from the first gameplay footage, that game has to come out and immediately pull down its pants and take a dump on Vince McMahon's face. That's what that game has to do, because otherwise, anything short of being a great game is going to hurt AEW's brand. And just because of the whole... just because of the nature of the business and the rivalry between AEW and WWE right now, and not even really between them, but maybe even so much more the fan bases of both. That game has to come in out of the gate and immediately, like, just elbow Vince McMahon in the dick immediately. Let's see. Honestly, if they did Def Jam Vendetta, the people who did Def Jam Vendetta, I wouldn't be against them. That would be great. And he said, wait, he's talking about, don't be surprised you hear about a IWGP Women's title in 2020-21. Now that Bushiroad owns Stardom. I can see that too. I feel like they're going to elevate Stardom at some point. Like honestly, I feel like Stardom should just be a part of New Japan Pro proper, but, you know, whatever. Blur up here. Darkest says, so Uno or nah? Maybe a little bit. I'm probably gonna go once. This is. I think we're about to wrap up here. I might answer this one last question from Steven, but I'm gonna go probably spend some time with a little girl. We're gonna post a video. There'll be a video up after this. Little something I did in conjunction with Alternative Factuals. We're gonna be building a Black Justice League. So I'll post that video here in a minute. It'll be up probably around. I'll try and have it up. I'll tell you what, it won't be live for everyone to see, but Blerd Club members of the channel, y'all will be able to see it. The video will go live proper on Tuesday. We'll probably shoot for Tuesday on that one. We'll see what happens there. Or we may shoot for Thursday. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Just know that if you're a Blerd Club member, you're going to see it way before anybody else will. That said, let's see here. Where to go? Stephen Huggins says, thoughts on Doom Eternal. I loved it. I think it was a great game. Levels were a little too long, though. Each level felt like it was way too fucking long, and the boss fights, the last two boss fights of the game, I felt were really fucking childish. The next to last one more so than the final boss fight, but actually no, there's 3 boss fights at the end. All 3 of them are childish, but the first and the first of the 3 and the last of the 3 are ridiculously childish. And it's made it to where I probably will never go back and play that game again. But I did really enjoy my time with it. Let's see here. Don't worry, I think everybody will like the Trinity that I come up with for the Black Justice League. I hope. We'll see. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I want everybody to once again, y'all are fantastic. Y'all are just great, and y'all make this shit easy every fucking week. And oh god, Lord, y'all are trying to give me. Oh, dude, don't give me that Tekken. don't only try to give me that Tekken. Oh no, not the Tekken. Y'all want to see me get my ass beaten Tekken. But no, I'm gonna throw this on here. Make sure y'all go swing by the Twitch, twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. I just put the link in the chat. Go check it out. Once again, 8 p.m. Central Standard tonight. I will be streaming the Street Fighter 2 animated movie for a watch party. Y'all can jump in the chat. You trip with me, whatever. We'll laugh, have a good time, and it'll be fantastic. Not to mention, you can see me do other stuff on there too. I've been playing Persona 5 The Royal. I'm probably going to be getting back to some other games here pretty soon on that one. And, of course, we still got to do these Blerd After Darks over on Twitch. We have to do those on Twitch just by nature of the fact that I would get content strikes and copyright strikes left and right if I tried to do what I do on Twitch over here. Just it doesn't work. But anyways, I hope everyone is having a good night. Thank y'all so much. Everybody that was in the chat, wilding out with me. Everyone that super chatted. Everybody that became a new member. Everybody, even if you were just lurking in the chat, just watching and enjoying it. Thank y'all so very much. I just want to say, just from the bottom of my heart, that y'all mean the world to me, and I want y'all to go out there, be safe. Don't leave the house if you don't have to. And once again, Wash your damn hands. I love you 3000 plus ultra. Goodbye and good night.